Well, today we are going to learn that not all pauses are created equal. Pausing with purpose is part of good self-care and can make you more positive and productive. Well, joining me via Zoom is author Jeanette Bronée, known for the book, The Self-Care Mindset, and her multiple TED Talks. Jeanette, it's good to have you. How are you?
I am very good. Thank you for having me and caring about this important topic.
Absolutely. As I was reading this interview this morning, I was thinking, you know what? Pauses could be something that we could all use, but how important are pauses?
Yeah, I think we think of pausing as a break, and you instead might want to think about it as a small gap in time right before we start doing something. You know, so often we react, and we do that because we're stressed or we're anxious. But instead, if we could just allow the nervous system to calm down for just a moment before we then step back in a conversation or sending that email or whatever it is that we're about to do. Can we just collect ourselves for a moment, take a breath before we respond? I think we will cut down on the level of stress that we're feeling every day in our lives.
Interesting again, but you know, not all pauses are created equal. What makes one pause more effective than another, and how do we know if we're doing it right?
Doing it right is a good question because I don't think there is a right and a wrong except what you need in this moment. So what I like to do is tell people to pause for a moment, just ask yourself, hey, how am I in there right now? And it could be that you're just feeling stiff from sitting too much. It could be you need to get some air and get outside. It could be you need some water. And so some of that the physical needs that we have every day, sometimes that's enough to allow us a little bit of a pause.
Got it. Now, can you show us how to take a proper pause?
Yes.
Okay.
If we just exhale for a moment, inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth, and do a long exhale out. So you can count in on 4 and exhale on 8.
Okay.
And you might notice how you're feeling more calm and grounded already. You're feeling like your nervous system is already calming down. And that's important for us to do so that we're not in that sort of anxious mindset or stress mindset all day long.
That's absolutely right. Now, another question that I'm curious about is what time of the day should we pause? Does it come in random moments when we're feeling like we need one, or is there a specific time that works best?
I think, number one, we need to schedule some real breaks into our lives. We need to schedule lunch. We need to schedule a moment between meetings and so on and so forth. So it's actually on the schedule, because if it's not on the schedule, we all know it's not going to happen. And so 5 minutes between meetings or so on and so forth. Or if we are working with other people, we can start a meeting and say, hey, what do we need to pause on right now so that we can all be here right now? Is there something you need to put away? We could do that before we start any conversation. So I think we actually should pause before we start anything throughout the day. Just a minute is enough.
Yes, again, something that we should all incorporate into our busy days. Now, let's talk about your book, The Self-Care Mindset. What can we learn in the pages of this book?
So the book is in 3 sections: how we think better, like gain more clarity through the confusion, because we have so many thoughts every day. And the way we ask ourselves questions hijacks the way our mind thinks. And that means the way we ask questions all day long could be, why is this not working? Why is this not working? Why am I not able to? And we can shift that question so that we can say, what do I need so that I'm able to do this? The next section of the book is engage. How do we engage better with other people, also with ourselves, by using, there's 4 questions in there that we can use to get more in touch with how we feel inside, and then what are some of the things we need so that we can use that as information